guys, Mr. Fluffy Pants here. And today, guys, I got another video. Today, guys, I'm reviewing Hereditary, which is an A24 film released in 2018. And this was, whenever it came out, was regarded as the scariest horror movie since The Exorcist by critics and stuff. But whenever it got out, audiences didn't really take to it too lightly, even though I've heard, it's really disturbing. And I will say, there's definitely some scenes that are disturbing, but I don't know. I don't really think this is, straight up horror movie. It's got horror elements, and especially, the last 20 minutes of the movie, it's got some horror elements, but I think this movie is interesting because of the mystery it has throughout the entire movie, which, this review will contain spoilers, because, the kind of mystery, it's kind of interesting how it unravels, and that's what was really, invested me when I was watching this, other than, the horror, even though there's not really that much in the first couple parts of the movie. But Hereditary is pretty much about this family. Their grandmother dies or whatnot, which we learn later is pretty much the leader of a cult, which worships this demon god or whatever. Forgot Saxton or something like that. And he needs a male host, and apparently, Peter, which is the main family's son or whatnot, is the perfect host for that. And that really unsettling scene at the end with that kind of weird altar or whatnot in the treehouse and all the people there. That's just really, really strange. And also, it's also kind of interesting, the whole how the cult story unravels. And I also really like how the god or whatnot travels around in the blue light, because I don't know, that's just really cool idea, I think, because you can see inner Peter, and it pretty much possesses him because he prefers to have a male body apparently. And that's why their grandmother's son killed himself, because they said he was schizophrenic and she was trying to put people inside of him, but it turns out he was right or whatnot. But in this movie, probably the most shocking part to me is whenever Charlie is having her nut allergy or whatever, and she's just struggling, and she sticks her head out the window and accidentally gets decapitated by Alex when he swerves to hit a deer, which apparently that was all orchestrated by the cult. But how did they know that he was going to go down that road? She was going to eat peanuts or whatnot and start having an allergic reaction, and then swerve that exactly over enough, and she was going to be sticking her head out the window or whatnot. Or you can just say it was just an dumb look, but whatever. But whenever that happened, my jaw was on the floor, to be honest. That's probably the most scene that's got the most terror in the entire movie, and Peter, he never fully recovers after this, and him and his mom's got some hostility and all that. My favorite character in the movie, though, is actually Steve, the dad, because he's, completely irrational. He seems like such a nice guy, and I hate that, he literally just burst into flames, holy crap. But, this movie, it's got some horror things, whenever Alex, or, not Alex, Peter, Alex is the name of the actor, but Peter starts smashing his face into the desk, that was some really well done acting. But the last 20 minutes of the movie is kind of what the fuck just happened, with the cult and all that, and she saws through her own neck and whatnot. And this really is a tragedy to this poor little family, but how the cult tricks the Annie, the mom, into bringing this demon or whatever it is into the family, because she's like, oh yeah, look, you can talk to your daughter if you only do this, and kind of tricked her. And she didn't even, because I think now the lady she was talking to, I forgot her name, but she was the leader of the cult after their grandmother died, or Joan, that's it. But this movie is honestly interesting, just to see how people reacted to this movie, and, hearing all the hype around it. And I did hear Midsummer was, all right, and I heard this was, better, but Midsummer looks really even weirder than this movie. But overall, though, I think this movie, it's a good, I wouldn't say, if you're not the biggest horror fan, or, you kind of scared of horror movies, this one's kind of perfect for you. But, the last 20 minutes kind of get a little weird, and there's some, horrific gore, especially with the head of the daughter or whatnot. But, this movie, I would definitely say is not a straight up horror film. I'd say it's more of a thriller, to be honest. But the thing that, like I said, keep me entertained throughout the movie was the mystery of, this occult or whatnot, and what the true intentions were and all that. Because I don't know, I just found that more interesting than the actual horror stuff. But that's just me personally. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts down below. I know this movie is pretty divisive, so I'm interested in hearing them. But check out my Twitter and Discord link in the description. Like and subscribe for more. Check out some other videos, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.